One of a good quality of an event flyer is that it can make a small event look very big in the eyes of the audience. Hello YouTube, hello guys, welcome to my channel. You're welcome to YJ Digital World. I remain your host, Agu Joseph. So guys, on today's tutorial video, I'll be walking you through on how to make a flyer for event purpose using Photoshop, to be precise. So if this actually sounds interesting to you and you like to see more content from me, do well to smash the subscribe button. If you have not done that, smash the subscribe button and turn on the post notification bell to get notification whenever I upload new content. And if you're a returning subscriber, guys, thank you for always watching. Without further ado, let's dive into the design phase. So over here I have my Photoshop application open. So over here I'll slide over to new file to create a new Canva workspace for the design. Okay, so for this, I'll be making use of Instagram portrait frame size, which is set on pixels. The unit should be set on pixel, which is 1080 pixels by 1350 pixel. That is Instagram portrait frame size. Resolution can be kept on 300. The color mode can be set on RGB because this content will be used on mobile devices and other desktop applications as well. Okay, I can choose to give the project a name. This is the theme of the event. Okay, drip and wet is the theme of the event, and we'll click on the create button. So over here we have the Canva workspace for the design. Okay, so the next thing I would like to do is to drag in the exercise files for this design. Okay guys, here are the exercise files I'll be using for this tutorial purpose. Do well to check the video description. You'll find the link to the exercise file in the video description. Okay, for added bonus, I'll be giving out the PSD FILE for this tutorial. Do well to watch through this video. I'll be adding the link on this video. Okay, do well to watch out for the link on this video while watching. Okay, so first thing first, here I would like to create the background. For that, I'll be making use of this two set of images to create the background. Okay, so here I have the image that I'll be using for the background. I'll hit Ctrl T on the keyboard, hold Alt and scale out like this. Okay, Ctrl minus to zoom out a little bit and take this down like this. Okay, so after you're done, you click on the check. Okay, so fit back to screen, and I would like to enable this. Okay, so for this I'll hit Ctrl T, hold Alt and scale it out like this. I think this is okay, and I'll check. So after I'm done scaling up the sizes, I would like to start blending them together. So for this, I'll select this image over here, slide over to the filter and apply the Gaussian blur effect to this. Okay, I think this radius is good enough for this tutorial. I'll set it as follows and click on the OK button for that. Enable this, and I would like to change the blending mode so that it can blend perfectly well. Okay, so I'll set it as linear dodge to be precise. So after I'm done, I would like to add a curve adjustment for this. Okay, for this I would like to take this like this and add more of shadow. Please take note that the curve adjustment are made up of three regions. This end are called the highlights, the middle part are called the midtones, while the bottom edge here are called the shadows. Okay, so me doing applying the effect this way, I'm adding more of shadow to the design. Me going this way, I'm adding more of highlights to the design, to be precise. So after I'm done with that, I'll select this layer, hold shift, select this other layer, hit Ctrl G on the keyboard to group them together and call this BG, which stands for the background. I'm trying to actually organize my layer so that the whole layer panel will look more neat and organized. So the next image here, we have the model image. Before working on this, I always advise you should right click and convert it to a smart object. By doing so, it will help you to maintain the quality while reducing the size or increasing the size, okay, without losing its image resolution. That is in terms of that. One of the other benefits is it enables you to make subsequent adjustments to the layer or the filter you applied to the image layer at any point in time in the design. Okay, so without further ado, I would like to show you how I go about sharpening the look of my image. So I basically make use of the camera raw filter for this. So over here we have the camera raw filter, and over here I would like to enable the before and the after so that you have a good preview of how the effect is looking on the model. Okay, here I have the before, here I have the after. So I'll start by working on the basics. So my major focus area will be on the exposures and the rest of them. Okay, so for the exposure, I'd like to boost up the exposure a little bit. Likewise, the contrast, working on the contrast as well. Okay, this is more of an eyeballing situation. There are no actual rules guiding this. You allow your eyes to actually guide you to know when you are doing it right, and you can make adjustments when needed. Okay, so I'll scale this up like this, adding more depth. The black as well can be reduced this way so that it can affect the hair region perfectly well. Move to the textures, boost up the textures to a good radius. The clarity can be boosted up a little. Okay, after we are done with that, come down over here, click on the details and add a little fill of details to this. We sharpen the image properly. I think this radius is good. Noise reduction can be set as follows, and I think we are good to go. So here we have the before and the after. You can see the differences. Then you click on the OK button. Okay, so this is how the image is looking like. So here I'll be showing you the benefit of converting your layer to a smart object. In a situation whereby I'm not comfortable with the camera raw adjustment, I can come over here where I have the camera raw here, double click on it and go back to the camera raw and make the adjustment I need to make on any of these sliders. Okay, so now you can see the benefit of converting it to a smart object. So I hit Ctrl T, hold Alt and scale out like this and place it around somewhere here like this. Is okay for me like this, and we are good to go. That's for that. Come over here, add a curve adjustment to this, add a little feel of highlight, add a little feel of shadow, trying to add more depth to the image to be precise. Okay, so this is before without the curve. This is with the curve. Okay, so I can select both layers and group them by hitting Ctrl G, call this model, trying to organize my layer panel and make them more neat. Okay, so after I'm done with that, I would like to add a vector max over here. Okay, so I'll come over here, add the vector max and pick my gradient tool. Okay, you can hit G on the keyboard to actually pick your gradient. So make sure the foreground is set on black. Okay, your foreground should be set on black and linear is selected. Okay, this should be set on 100% opacity. Then you can come and brush out like this. Okay, gently. I think this is okay like this. That's in terms of that. Ctrl 0 to fit to screen. Okay, add a new layer over here. Okay, pick your gradients, come over here and expand the gradients, select this color and sample a color from this region to be precise and click on the OK. So you come over here, scale down the opacity to a good radius and apply it like this. Okay, you can see how it's actually looking like on the model image. Okay, so after we are done with that, Ctrl 0 to fit to screen again. I think we are good to go. I can take this into the group layer of the model. Okay, no, let me leave it outside the group layer. Okay, to avoid contradiction, because I've already added the max layer. It will actually fade out the effect I just applied. Okay, that's the main essence of me doing that. So I'll call this blur. Okay, so after I'm done, I'd like to add my guides. Okay, so I'll come to view guides and enable the new guide layouts. And here are the parameters I use in setting up my guides and click on the OK. So pick the text tool, start placing in your text information. Okay, so here we have our text information. So I'll start by placing in the name of the organizing body. So I'll place it over here. For this, I'll be making use of a font called Poppins. Okay, for this I'll set this on regular, while for this other set of text I'll set this on extra bold. Is good enough. Control T, scale it out. I think we are good to go like this. So I can still select this text, come to my swatches over here and apply this fill of color. Okay, here's the hex code for the color I'm actually using for this. Here's the hex code for the color. So I'll check and hit Ctrl T, place it around somewhere here like this, scale it down like this. Okay, the next thing we'll place in the theme of the event. So for this, we'll place it over here, increase the size, change the name of the font. For this, I'll be making use of a font called Wanderer. Okay, that's the name of the font. Come to the character panel. So in case you don't have your character panel, you can enable it from the windows over here and enable the character panel. Okay, that is for that. So I'll come over here, adjust the leadings, that is the space between the text on the vertical axis. Okay, select the center aligned format over here. Control A on the keyboard, pick your move to align this text horizontally to the middle. Control D to deselect your selection. Control T to transform, hold Alt and scale out like this. Okay, I think it's okay like this and we are good to go. So for this particular set of text, I'll copy this out and come to the swatches and apply the same fill of color for this. That is in terms of that. Okay, so after I'm done, come to the character panel again and let me adjust this a little. Adjust the tracking, that is the space between text on the horizontal. Tighten up the space a little. Let me set it to about -110 is okay. Let me see. Okay, -100 is okay for this. So after we are done with this, I would like to duplicate the layer by hitting Ctrl J on the keyboard. Ctrl J enable you to make duplicates, okay? And Ctrl T, take this down a little bit like this. So I'd like to change the fill color for this to the shade of this, reduce the opacity properly so that it will look like a shadow effect. Okay, it won't look that solid. Okay, so I can use my navigation button to adjust the direction of the shadow. Okay, that is in terms of that, increase the shadow effect a little bit. Okay, so after you're done with that, I'll move by adding other set of details such as the name of the host. Okay, come to your character panel, enable the all caps to be precise. Okay, that is for that. For this, I'll set this on white. For this, I'll set this on same color as this. Okay, that is in terms of that. Check. Okay, so can come over here, Ctrl T, scale it up so that it can be seen properly. Check. Pick the text tool. I like to use another font style under the same font family. So I'll be making use of let me say extra bold for this. Okay, Ctrl A, pick your move tool. Okay, and align horizontally to the middle. Ctrl D to deselect. Scale down the size a little bit. You can still adjust the spacing. Okay, align it to the middle again. Ctrl D to deselect. I would like to reduce the opacity for this blur so that the information here can be seen perfectly well. Okay, so I'll take this up like this so that it can be seen. Okay, so after we are done with that, let me leave it around somewhere here. Come over here, scale this down like this, take this up a little. Okay, I think it's okay like this. So after we are done with that, scale this opacity down a little so that it can be visible. So the next thing I would like to do is to place other set of information, such as the name of the lounge where the event will be taking place. So I'll take out this, place it over here. For this, I'll increase the size. I'll be making use of bold style for this. Increase the size of the text. Okay. While for this, I would like to change this to, let me see, regular. Okay. And align this to the middle to be precise. Okay. Select this text, increase the size a little. Okay. So for this, I'll change the color as well by making use of this yellow fill here. Here is the hex code for the yellow I'm actually using over here. So click on the OK, Control A, pick your move tool. Okay, make sure it's picked already and align horizontally. Control D to deselect, adjust its position like this. Okay, so the next thing I would like to do is to come over here and pick a rectangle. The keyboard shortcut is U on the keyboard. Okay, I think this is okay like this. Come to my swatches, sample this color. Here is the hex code for the color in case you are looking for the color. Here is the hex code for the color. Okay, come to your property panel. In case you don't have your property panel, you can also enable it from the windows as well. For this, I don't want it to be a round edge shape. Okay, I think that is for that. Control H. This is how the project has been looking like so far. So the next thing I would like to do is to, let me adjust the position of this by taking this up a little. The name of the host, take it up a little. Okay, the name of the venue, and this is where I'll be placing in the information for table reservation. So I'll place the information over here. You can see that it is actually behind the rectangle. So I have to take it above the rectangle layer, hold Ctrl A. Okay, hold Ctrl on the keyboard, rather hold Ctrl, move your mouse pointer to where you have this rectangle icon here, the smart icon. Left click to make a quick selection of the rectangle. Make sure you are already selected the text layer. Pick your move to align this horizontally to, that is center alignment precisely. Pick your move to align horizontally and vertically into that rectangle. Ctrl D to deselect. Okay, pick your text tool, and I would like to change the style for this. So for this, I would like to change the fill color to this as well. That is in terms of color. Here is the hex code, same color. So for this, I'll select this and set this on light is okay. While for this, I would like to set this on extra bold. Okay, that is in terms of that. So I think we are good, guys. So after we are done, come to the character panel, increase the tracking. Okay, that is space between text. Okay, and hit Ctrl T to transform the rectangle like this. Okay, Ctrl T, hold Ctrl, and you can choose to play with the shape like this. Hold Ctrl, left click and drag like this. I think we are good like this. That is in terms of that. Okay, guys, Ctrl H. This is how the project is looking like so far. So we'll start by grouping this. I'll call this reservation. Okay, I'm trying to organize my layers to be precise. Okay, this is the theme. I'll call this theme. Okay, theme and the hosts, I'll place them on the same group. Okay, make it visible. That is in terms of that. So the next, I'll start by placing in the date and time for the event. So I'll create a rectangle of this size. the property panel, turn the edges to 0 over here. I'll now like to sample this same color I use for the text. Okay, that is in terms of that. Pick the text tool. Okay, make sure you pick the text tool. Come over here and start placing in the information necessary, such as the date of the event. So I'm placing the dates. Okay, for this I'll give it the style of extra bold, to be precise. Okay, so I'll start by resizing this. Take these layers above the rectangle. Okay, start by working on the size of this. Okay, resize this as well. Okay, that is in terms of that. For this as well, increase the size. Okay, so I'll place them like this. Okay, so I'll select them all together, Ctrl G, hold Ctrl on your keyboard, move your mouse pointer to where you have the rectangle, select this rectangle over here, align. Make sure this group layer of the text is selected, align horizontally and vertically to the middle, Ctrl D to deselect. Okay, that is in terms of that. So I'll come over here and I'd like to play with the size a little bit, hold Alt, scale it out like this, and adjust the tracking. Okay, that is in terms of the leadings rather. So take this up like this and align it again to make sure that it is properly aligned. Ctrl D, Ctrl T, scale this down a little and we are good to go. For this, I'll select this and give it the same feel as the yellow. Okay, so I'll come to my swatches over here and give it the yellow feel. Okay, that is in terms of that. So I'll drag this inside this and call this date. Okay, Ctrl J, I'll make another duplicate of it and I would like to take it down. Okay, so the next thing I'd like to place is the time of the event. So I'll expand the group, throw away this, and placing the time is 10 p.m. Okay, and for this I'll call this prompt. Scale down the size of this text like this. Okay, pick your move to resize the rectangle. Scale down the size like this. Okay, scale this down as well and make sure it is well aligned. So I'll come here, take this rectangle outside the group like this. You can see that this is standing on its own, this is standing on its own. So I hold Control here, move my mouse pointer to where I have the rectangle icon here, select this, select the group layer here. Okay, left click to select the group layer, pick your move to align horizontally and vertically to the middle, Ctrl D to deselect. Okay, that is in terms of that, to be precise. So I'll still like to adjust the alignment for this, Ctrl D. Okay, adjust the space like this. Ctrl T, I'll still like to adjust the size of the rectangle, Ctrl plus to zoom in perfectly well. Ctrl D, I would like to change the style for this a little. Okay, I'll leave it like this. I think this is okay. Ctrl 0 to fit to screen. So after I'm done, I'll call this time, or rename this and call this time. Okay, and drag this rectangle inside this. Okay, so that they belong to one family. Okay, so in a way, I'm trying to create room for proximity over here. That is placing elements that have information that has a close relationship side by side each other. Okay, So that is in terms of that. I would like to duplicate this and take it over here like this, place it here. I think this is okay. And I'll edit and place in this, change the style to extra bold, maintain same color as this. Okay, I'm maintaining same color. For this prompt, I'll delete it. For the rectangle, Ctrl T, I'd like to resize. Okay, and align it to be precise. Okay, I think you should be able to do this so far. Ctrl D to deselect. Okay, so I'll call this futures or featuring. I'll call this futures. Okay, pick the text to and copy out this other set of information. Come here and place it. Okay, for this I'll be making use of semi-bold. Oh no, let me use extra bold. I think it's okay for this, like this. I think this is okay like this. I can choose to scale it up a little. I think that's for that. For the time, I think we are good to go. Okay, guys. So scale this down a little and we are good to go. Ctrl H to hide. Sorry, I noticed something here. I haven't taken this information into this group, so I'll take it into the future group here. Okay, so I'll select this layer, hold shift, select this layer, hit Ctrl T, hold Ctrl and shift, rather hold Ctrl and shift and twist this way. You can see what happens. You can take it up like this, you can take this down like this. So I think this is okay like this. So I can still choose to scale it down like this. Okay, I think we are good to go. So adjust the position, turn on the guides to make sure that it is well properly aligned. So I'll select these two and adjust their position like this as well. Okay, Ctrl H to actually hide the guides. I think we are having a good project so far. Ctrl T, let me scale this up a little small. Okay, that is in terms of that. Okay, so in the final phase of this, I would like to make little adjustments on this theme to be precise. For this, I would like to pick my text to increase the size for this to, let me say, medium. I want the hosted by text to be visible a little bit. Okay, that is in terms of that. So Ctrl T, scale it out. I think this is okay like this. So after we are done, I would like to add a little feel of color lookup to tweak the colors a little bit. Okay, so you can see how I actually went about organizing my layers into group so that the layer panel won't look too busy. So I'll come to the adjustment and add the color lookup for the final touches and play around the color lookup and see the one that actually works for you and you can use it on your project. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of today's tutorial video. If you find this tutorial helpful in one way or the other, do well to give it a like, do well to smash the like button right now. If you do enjoy this content and you like to see more content from me, do well to smash the subscribe button and turn on the post notification bell to get notification whenever I upload new content. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always watching. Please and please, if you're able to achieve any design project with the help of any of my tutorial, do well to always tag me whenever you upload them on your socials at YG Digital World, okay, at YG Designs on Instagram as well. So guys, thank you for always watching and see you in the next.